That you're past Tuesday and you've seen kind of how much the guys played, do you have an idea of availability for guys like Eddie and Mario?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Mario played both games pretty much in their entirety. It was the only short 7 minutes, I think, of playing both games fully, and Eddie had less minutes. So I think Eddie's availability is good for both games. For both Saturday and for Tuesday. Mario, might be a situation that's better to wait until Tuesday for him. But I was, we're obviously a lot closer to a full squad right now.
and do you go into?
Not only do you only show up once in a while, now you're disruptive.
Yeah, no. This is my first group.
Okay,
Sorry,
all right.
John.
How much do you have to adjust Saturday's lineup knowing Tuesday's game is
We're going to try and put the best lineup out for each game. Obviously our guys, it's early in the season. They know they don't have a game the weekend after the Santos game. And, guys want to be on the field. So it's going to be hard work, but it's focus and concentration. And Santos is facing a little bit the same thing. For them, they're going to have 2 games as well. And, so our guys just have to be ready to go.
And how does Obafemi fit into that?
Yeah, I mean, he's, obviously he got here on Tuesday. Was able to do a little bit of stuff Tuesday, a little bit Wednesday. So, I think by Saturday he should be fine. And he's, he's come off playing at Levante where they were playing weekend and then playing Europa Cup on the midweek. So he's been used to that rhythm as well. So I think he'll be okay.
How was he in his first day here with the group?
It was good. Obviously he's learning people and people are learning him, but there was already a couple of good combinations when we played touch to touch. Eddie slipped him in, and he was just past somebody, and a couple of times where Eddie got slipped in. So I think, as they get to know each other and as the team gets to know him and each other, they'll be good.
Have you noticed the butter knife getting sharper this week in practice?
Yeah, I think we're probably a little bit sharper. We're probably up to a little bit of what is it called? Serrated? Yeah, that's it. Serrated, thanks. A little bit of a serrated edge. I was going to say segregated, but that's wrong. Or is that no, not segregation is wrong, but what's the other thing called? No. What are we going through right now? The sequester. Our knife's like a sequester. Nobody will pay for it.
Having Eddie and Oba and then Mario back for what will they add to the attack?
Well, obviously, there's quality, that's why they play for their various national teams. Certainly there's a speed element that gets added with Eddie and Oba. With Mario, there's shots from distance and service on set pieces as well that gets added, and his passing ability. So I think all of them are important pieces to the puzzle, but we got to get, everything sorted away and then give that group a little bit of time to play together.
Was Mario out here today, or did he go in early?
No, he was not here. No.
Has he arrived in Seattle?
He hasn't come back yet. He's on his way back.
Okay.
With having 2 quite fast forwards up top, how does that change things for your offense compared to years past?
I think it changes things for the opponent's defense. I think they got to be a little more aware. Do they want to play a high line? Do they want to take that risk? Do they drop off a little bit more? Because they respect the speed. If they drop off, that gives us a little more space to play. So we really got to see how the opponent reacts, and that'll show us, what we can do. So if they play a high line, then we can use the speed to our advantage. If they drop off because they don't want to get exposed speed-wise, then we have more space to play in front of them. And I think we have enough quality that we can do that as well. So we can do whatever they give us. That's always the key in soccer is you got to be able to beat a team at what they give you. You're not always going to get the same thing every week.
Brad and Shawry are coming back from injury. Will they be ready for Saturday? And if so, how will they factor in?
Yeah, I think they both got through this week so far pretty good. Going to check with them when I go into the locker room now. And, I think they're both going to, have a role in Saturday and Tuesday. As to what that role is going to be for each of them, I'm not quite sure. But I think over the 2 games, they're both going to have a role.
You guys postponed Sunday's reserve game. I guess you kind of mentioned to accommodate the CCL, but can you maybe talk about that? Maybe thinking Marcus might be able to get a game before his game Tuesday.
No, I mean, it makes no sense to play a reserve game on Sunday. Why would we want to throw in a 3rd game? That would mean we were playing 3 games in 4 days. So, it's from the group, it's a lot better to push that game off Especially the reserve game would have been in Salt Lake, and you know, it would just been a hassle, and guys would have gotten back late. So you got guys who are on the bench then for Tuesday's game, not getting back until late Sunday night, and having played a full game, and then 48 hours later, if somebody goes down with an injury early in the game, now they're going to get asked to play 80 minutes. So that it's for us as a group and as a team, canceling that game is the right way to go.
With Kyle and Ozzy, kind of, how do they do what they do differently for their teams?
You know, I mean, each of them are different, you know, a little bit. I mean, Beckerman, you know, is more, you know, more positionally orientated, I guess, you know, stays in the middle more, is more a guy who's going to try and open the game up for his team on passing. He takes their set pieces now as well with Morales out, you know, and Ozzy is a guy who, you know, gets a lot of loose balls for us, creates a lot of turnovers, wins the ball back, and helps get our offenses started. And, you know, a little more like Beckerman when he has Morales, where Beckerman will find Morales, Ozzy, you know, then finds Morrow and finds, you know, Zakawani, and finds the guys who can make the game for us.
It's starting to feel like a pretty big rivalry with them, having seen them a couple times in the playoffs and all that.
I mean, every game's a rivalry in a certain extent, you know, because guys know guys off the other team, or, you know, we've played them in the playoffs. You know, Houston, you know, there's always a little bit of hotly contested games when we play there. Obviously, LA is pretty contested. San Jose is developing to a rivalry. Then we have the natural rivals of Portland and Vancouver. So, you know, our league is so tight and is so competitive that, you know, we have to be prepared for every game. So I don't know if it feels more like a rivalry than any other team, but certainly we've played them. You know, when you look at the playoffs, we've probably played them as much as we've played anybody over the past 2 years.
How does Rio Tinto have a feeling? You've had some of your greatest triumphs there at that stadium, but also some of your biggest defeats. I mean, does it start to have a feeling in any way?
You know, I mean, defeat-wise, I think we had one big defeat there, you know, and, you know, obviously we paid the price for that one. But I remember more of the other side of it. You know, I remember us stopping their streak there and, you know, and being able to get some good results, winning a game against a run of play when Lamar Nagel scored the goal at the far post on Ramondo. So there's also some good memories there. Again, we feel we're a good road team. We felt we were in the game all last week, and we just need to get a result, you know, get a result to get our confidence, you know, or to substantiate our confidence, and then go from there.
They asked me to do an ad, and I thought, cool. They want me because I play for the Seattle Sounders. Then I find out it's because my wife told them I'm a good dad. Even better. For me, being a good father is much more important than soccer. So here's my message. Be a good parent. Stay involved with your kid's life. Do something with them, anything. Take a walk, read a book, maybe go see a Sounders game. We can make it better for our kids by staying involved and showing that we love them.